Fallon, thanks for inviting me and my son to dinner at your house today. The atmosphere was so warm and inviting, and the food was absolutely divine. I can't even imagine how much time and effort you must have poured into preparing all those mouth-watering dishes. Honestly, words can't even begin to describe your thoughtfulness and culinary skills.
Oh, it's really no big deal, dear. It's just the least I could do as her mother-in-law to welcome you and my adorable grandchild into my humble abode. By the way, Luis, your brother-in-law, has gone on this crazy long business trip and won't be back until next month. So, you can imagine how lonely I've been feeling in this house. Having some company would be amazing. Honestly, Sapphire, you and Edward should come by more often. It seems like Edward really misses his grandma a ton. It would be such a shame if you didn't let me and my little grandson hang out every now and then, don't you think?
I'm really sorry, Fallon. It's just that both my husband and I have been swamped with work lately. That's why we didn't have much time to visit you. I hope you understand and can forgive us for not being able to come over as often as we'd like.
That's perfectly fine, sweetheart. I wasn't blaming you at all. I just get such a kick out of watching my grandchild grow up right before my eyes. Seriously, look at Edward. He's such a smart and lively kid. I have to confess, I never get tired of marveling at him as he plays around and discovers new things. It's pure joy.
Oh, thanks a bunch for your sweet words, Fallon. I really appreciate it. You know, I feel incredibly lucky to have a little angel like Edward in my life. He really knows how to brighten up anyone's day with his infectious positive energy. It's like he's got a superpower or something.
You know what? You're seriously an amazing wife for bringing our perfect little Edward into this world. My son is one lucky son dude to have you and Edward by his side. Honestly, it's mind-blowing that a guy as useless as Dawson could land as someone as incredible as you. He must have burned through all his luck when he snagged you as his partner.
Wait, what? Sorry, but why are you calling Dawson useless? From where I stand, he's been an awesome husband to me and a loving dad to Edward. Honestly, I'm the lucky one to have married Dawson. He's been nothing short of amazing.
Oh, come on, honey. No need to downplay it. We all know Dawson is a total slacker, and he's been that way since he was a kid. It's just a deniable truth. If you ask me, Dawson could really learn a thing or two from his big brother, Luis. I mean, no offense to Dawson, but Luis has definitely got his act together and makes for a way better role model.
And why do you think that? Personally, I feel like it's kind of inappropriate to be comparing the two of them, you know?
I'm not trying to pit anyone against each other here. I'm just stating the facts, plain and simple. Just look at my older son, Luis. He got accepted by a top-level firm and is now earning a great income. Dawson must feel like melting into a puddle of shame when he sees all the achievements Luis has accomplished. Ooh, it's gotta sting. No doubt about it.
Forgive me if I'm overstepping or saying things I'm not supposed to, but why is Luis the one getting all the praise and not Dawson? I mean, Dawson graduated college with flying colors, just got promoted to a higher position, and let's not forget that he played a major role in helping Luis land that awesome job at the top-level firm. Don't you remember? It was actually Dawson who introduced Luis to his current position in his company.
Oh, my dear. I'm not quite sure what you're getting at, silly. Are you seriously suggesting that my son, Luis, required Dawson's assistance to secure a job in his own company? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Luis is a true independent achiever. He has accomplished all major milestones in his life without needing anyone's assistance. Oh, come on, Sapphire. I can tell you're itching to prove that Dawson is superior to my precious son, Luis. But let's be real here. We all know it's just not true.
I'm sorry if I gave off the wrong vibe, but I never had any intention of proving Dawson as superior to anyone. I think there might be a misunderstanding here.
Say no more, Sapphire. I have no idea where you heard these stories, but they couldn't be more off base when it comes to Luis. Luis not only has an awesome job, but he's also got the most incredible, caring personality you can imagine. Seriously, he's the total package, and he deserves so much more than what he's currently getting. Between you and me, I'll be straight up. I think Luis is actually a better match for you than Dawson ever was.
What? What did you just say? But I'm Dawson's wife. You can't be saying things like that. It's highly inappropriate.
Oh dear. Did you not hear what I just said? Don't act all oblivious. It's not that shocking. Can't you see the signs, my dear? Luis usually shows no interest in women, but somehow he is always still kind and attentive to you. Frankly, I've never seen him behaving that way with any other girl before. And it truly caught me off guard. Do you know what that means? That means Luis is really into you. Honestly, my dear, I must say, you and Luis would make quite a formidable couple. Wouldn't you agree? The chemistry between you two is undeniable. And I can envision a bright future for both of you.
Fallon, I gotta be honest here. I really do appreciate how kind Luis is to me, but what you just said is kinda off. Just a reminder, I'm already married to Dawson, which makes me his wife, you know? So this whole idea of you trying to set me up with Luis doesn't sit right with me at all.
Hey, I get it. You're currently married to Dawson, no denying that. But hey, who knows what the future holds, right? It's all the big mystery. Maybe one day you'll see that Dawson is a total waste of space and decides to move on to find her own happiness. And guess what? I happen to have another son. Luis, who's even more awesome and totally awards your time. Just saying.
Listen, Fallon, I'm not sure where you're getting these ideas. But let me set things straight. I have absolutely zero plans of divorcing Dawson. Our marriage is going great. And I'm genuinely happy with him. Luis is a great guy. And I'm confident he'll find a wonderful girl of his own. No need to worry about that.
All right, I hear you. But remember, you might be passing up on a major chance to level up your life by turning down Luis. Marrying Luis will be a real game changer for you. I'm just saying all of this out of my genuine concern for you, sweetheart. We all know Dawson isn't husband material, and your marriage will go down the drain sooner or later.
Thanks for your concern, Fallon. But I've got a handle on what's best for me. Anyway, I'm about to head down to the underground car park and make my way home. Take care. By the way, I really appreciate you having me and Edward over at your place and cooking dinner for us. It was such a cozy meal. I hope we'll have more chances like this to spend time together in the future.
1 hour later.
Sapphire, have you arrived home yet? I must admit, I've been sensing a bit of unease. And I simply felt that need to reach out and make sure everything is all right, my dear. Is everything all right, sweetheart? Are you doing well?
Well, actually, there's an issue. I hopped in my car, started the engine, and tried to drive. But it just wouldn't budge. After investigating, I discovered that all the tires are completely deflated. It's really odd because they were perfectly fine before. I mean, I even drove all the way to your apartment without any problem.
Oh, poor thing. I had no clue. I'm really sorry to hear that. So, were you struggling to get the car going this whole time?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty lost right now. It's late at night, and I don't know if there are any mechanic shops still open at this hour. I'm all by myself here in the underground car park. And I'm starting to get a bit scared.
My dear, I strongly advise against staying there for too long. Lately, I've heard unsettling stories about criminals deliberately slashing car tires of their targeted victims and then robbing them. If my memory serves me right, there have been numerous cases of injuries reported and sadly, even some fatalities. Please, prioritize your safety and take precautions.
Oh, wow. Are you serious? That's seriously giving me the creeps. What do you think I should do in this situation? It's not safe for Edward and me to hang around here any longer, right?
Darling, why don't you and Edward come back to my apartment and stay the night? I'd be more than happy to accommodate both of you.
Are you absolutely sure, Fallon? I really don't want to inconvenience you. You know, Edward is still a young kid. And although he's generally well behaved, he can get a bit loud at times. I'm just worried that he might end up making unnecessary noise and disturb your sleep.
What are you talking about, dear? Of course, I genuinely wouldn't mind you and Edward staying over at my house for the night. Actually, you're more than welcome to stay as long as you need. I can't express how much joy it brings me to have you and Edward around. As I mentioned earlier, Luis is away on a work trip and I feel quite lonely in this large apartment. Having you both here would truly brighten up the place.
Wow, that's really sweet of you to think about me and my son. But you know, my husband is still waiting for us to head back home. So I gotta talk to him first and get his input before making any decisions. I know he's probably worried sick about us.
Wait, consulting your husband? Seriously? I don't think that's really necessary, love. Trust me, Dawson would be totally cool with you staying at my place. After all, I'm his mother and you know how it goes. He's gotta listen and go along with whatever I decide, right? So don't stress about Dawson too much. I promise you, he'll be absolutely fine.
I'm sorry, but Dawson is my husband. So of course I have to ask for his opinion. We're husband and wife, and at least I should tell him where I stay for the night.
Sapphire. Why are you being so darn stubborn? I've already said it loud and clear. You don't need to bother with that total clown Dawson. He's not even worth the title of a husband. So why are you so hung up on him? Just do yourself a favor and do what I'm saying. Come back to my place. It's getting late and there's no telling when those creeps might strike. If anything bad goes down with my precious grandkids, Edward, I swear I won't forgive you.
A few moments later.
Hey, Dawson, are you there? It's me, Sapphire.
Thank goodness you're here. I tried reaching out to you, but no luck. I have no clue what's going on. I was freaking out, worried sick about you.
I have no clue what went down either. I just glanced at my phone and noticed your number was mysteriously blocked. I had to unblock it myself. It looks like I accidentally blocked your number somehow.
You accidentally blocked my number? Seriously? Gotta be honest, that sounds pretty unbelievable to me.
You're thinking the same thing? Well, that actually sounds like the most logical explanation, to be honest. Anyway, I gotta fill you in on some unexpected craziness. Someone went and slashed my car tires, so now I can't drive it back home. I know, it's a real bummer. I was wondering if Edward and I could stay at your mom's place for the night. What do you think?
Wait, hold up. First, my number gets mysteriously blocked on your phone, and now your car tires get slashed out of thin air. Seriously? Does that mean what I just heard from Luis might actually be true?
What did you hear from Luis? Is there some trouble brewing or something? Is everything all right?
Listen up, Sapphire. Under no circumstances should you go back to my mom's place. According to Luis, she's up to some shady stuff. What you should do right now is stay put, and I'll come scoop you and Edward up real soon.
Wait, hold up. Your mom's up to some shady business? Seriously? What's she trying to do?
Listen, I'll fill you in on the details later when we're on our way back home. I'm getting late, so just hold on tight. And I'll be there in a few minutes to bring you and Edward back. Phew. Thank goodness I can reach out to you again. If not, who knows what could have happened to you and Edward.
More moments later.
Hi, Fallon, I apologize for reaching out so late. But Dawson already came and picked me and Edward up. So it looks like we won't be staying at your place tonight. I just wanted to say thanks for kindness and generosity. I truly appreciate it.
What did you just say? Do you even realize how freaking long I've been waiting for you? 2 whole hours. No joke. Do you have zero respect for your elders? Let me tell you, young lady, you're in some serious trouble now.
I'm really sorry about that. I tried calling you multiple times, but you didn't pick up. I also sent you texts but didn't get any response.
You know what that is? It's because I was sitting there twiddling my thumbs waiting for you. I can't believe you had the audacity to bail on me like that. So damn rude. Who do you think you are, pulling a stunt like that on your own mother-in-law? Do you even understand the trouble I went through, trying to keep myself awake? It's way past my bedtime, for crying out loud.
I already told you, I didn't stand you up. I messaged and called you, but you didn't respond at all. And let's not forget, it's actually you who got me in this mess in the first place. So you don't have any right to turn around and blame me.
What on earth did you just say? Now you're trying to shift the blame onto me for your own incompetence? It was you who got your car tires slashed by some criminals, and you have the audacity to claim it's my fault? My oh my, what a heartless daughter-in-law you truly are.
Oh, give me a break with the theatrics. I'm well aware of what's going on, so no need to pretend like you're clueless anymore. You're the one who slashed my car tires to stop me from coming back home, aren't you? Seems like you're desperate for me and my son to stay at your place? Care to enlighten me on the reason behind all this?
What? So you're saying you already know about it? Who spilled the beans to you? Tell me now.
Oh, I see now. So you must have slyly blocked my husband's number on my phone too? I should have been more cautious. I should have known better when you asked to borrow my phone.
What in the world are you blabbering about? I have absolutely no knowledge about any of that. Don't you dare accuse me of something I didn't do. You don't even have any evidence to support your claims. If you continue spouting this nonsense, I swear I'll take legal action for slander.
Oh, trust me, I have all the evidence I need to expose your guilt. I had a talk with security guards and managed to check the footage from the car park. It didn't take me long to figure out that it was you who tampered with my car tires, causing them to go flat. Stop trying to deny your guilt, because I know way more than you think. In fact, I've already uncovered your entire wicked scheme.
Wicked scheme? What on earth are you bluffing about? I genuinely have no clue. Stop attempting to falsely accuse me. As your mother-in-law, I deserve respect, not baseless accusations thrown my way.
Your son, Luis, spilled all the beans to me and my husband. We know all about your wicked plan. You intended to make me and Edward stay at your place. And once I let my guard down, you'd suggest taking Edward out for a walk, only to kidnap him. Your real motive is to use my son as leverage to force me into marrying Luis, isn't it?
What? Luis disclosed that to you? How could he do such a thing? Seriously? I was just trying to do him a solid, find him a decent son and wife. But how could he sneak around and rat me out like that? It's totally unfair to me.
Giving him a proper son and wife? Did you even bother to ask if that's what he wants? Or did you just go ahead and make all the decisions without even considering his thoughts and feelings?
Well, if you've already pieced it all together, then I suppose there's no point in me continuing to hide. It's true. I do want you to divorce that good-for-nothing Dawson and marry my eldest son, Luis, instead.
What? Are you out of your mind? I've already made it clear to you that I have no desire to be with Luis. I'm happy with Dawson and our marriage, and I would never give it up for anything.
Why are you so stubborn? Seriously? Take a moment to really reflect on this. It's in your own best interests to spend your life with Luis. He would give you a far better life than anything my disappointing second son, Dawson, could ever provide for you. Trust me on this. If you marry Luis, you and Edward will be happier than you've ever felt before.
What on earth are you talking about, Fallon? You're really crazy. I'm Dawson's wife, so why would I marry Luis?
I don't need to listen to the misinformed whining of a lowly bride. If you truly want to marry my precious son, Luis, then it's about time you understand your position in this family. You know what? I've got a brilliant idea brewing in my mind. I'm going to start packing up my belongings and ship them right over to your place. What does that mean? It means we'll all be living together, like one big happy family under the same roof. And while I'm there, I won't waste a second in assisting you with all the preparations for your divorce from Dawson. How's that for a plan?
Wait, seriously? Who do you think you are to pull something like that? I won't accept it, so stop with your irrational idea. To be honest, this conversation went so far off the deep end that I don't even know what to say anymore.
Excuse me? Are you seriously refusing to accept it? How dare you show such insolence? Let me remind you. I am your esteemed mother-in-law, your superior, and the respected matriarch of this family. You're my daughter-in-law, which means you gotta do whatever I say, got it? Your behavior is utterly rude and disrespectful, and you should be ashamed of that. Now, be a dutiful daughter-in-law and graciously allow me to move into your house. All right, Sapphire?
The next day.
Hey, Sapphire. I can tell you're in there, so why don't you come out and say hi to your lovely mother-in-law? You're aware that you're disrespecting your elder, right? Quit playing the I'm not home game and hiding like a scary cat. You're a grown woman now, not a little kid. I've got all my stuff in me, so come on over to the front door and open up, will ya? Are you even listening? I'm not budging until you show up and let me inside your house, so no need to keep hiding, okay?
Hey, Mom, it's Dawson texting here. I've been sitting right next to my wife, going through all your texts. I can't believe you actually called me a failure. I guess that's what I get for not being the perfect child in your eyes.
Dawson, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Please don't tell me that you're still waiting at our doorstep.
Absolutely. I'm here and I'll chillax patiently until Sapphire opens the door. You know I'm not one to throw in the towel that easily, right?
Listen, my wife ain't there and neither am I. You can keep waiting if you insist, but trust me, it's gonna be a total waste of time.
What do you mean? Didn't I make it abundantly clear yesterday that I'll be moving in to live with you too? Besides, I'm the matriarch of this family, so it's only natural that my Sapphire, my daughter-in-law, would wait at home to make the necessary preparations to entertain me. I know. You two are probably in there right now. Try not to make any noise. Well, what can I expect from such cowards like you and your wife?
Seriously, Fallon, listen up. My wife and I aren't home, okay? You should really leave that place.
Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? What kind of daughter-in-law doesn't even bother to say hi to her mother-in-law? I'm seriously fed up with having to say this again and again. But that girl seriously needs to wake up and understand her responsibilities as a wife if she wants to stay in this family. But hey, no need to stress. If she ends up divorcing you and marrying Luis, I'll make sure to give her a proper retraining. I can't have Luis dealing with the same messy attitude from your wife like you do.
Guess I must spill the beans for you then. Look, Luis never wanted to marry Sapphire in the first place. So why do you keep setting them up?
Hey, what do you even know? I'm Luis's mom. And I've got a handle on what's best for him, so back off and mind your own business. This ain't your concern, okay? It's my duty as a mother to ensure my oldest son's happiness, and that means Sapphire and Luis tying the knot.
Wait a sec. You say it's none of my business? You're literally trying to push my wife to divorce me and marry my own brother, and you think it's not my concern? You seem to go above and beyond to make Luis happy, but what about me? Don't I deserve some happiness too? I guess my well-being doesn't matter because I'm not the golden child in your eyes? Well, let me drop a truth bomb on you. Luis already has his own girlfriend, which is why he has zero interest in marrying Sapphire at all.
Hold up. You're telling me my Luis has a girlfriend? Why on earth was I left totally clueless about this? What's the deal here? I'm Luis's mom. I should be the very first person to know about everything happening in his life.
Can't you see what's happening here? Luis has had enough of your controlling ways, which is why he purposely kept that info from you. Oh, and here's another tidbit about Luis. He's not on some work trip like he claimed. Did you not notice a thing? He packed up everything and moved to another place far away from you and your toxic vibes. Basically, you won't be seeing him around anymore. And guess what? My wife and I want nothing to do with you either, unless we see some real changes in your behavior. Actions speak louder than words, you know.
Hold on a second, Dawson. You're saying Luis actually left me? He can't just up and do that. I'm his own mother, for crying out loud. What did I even do wrong? I swear, I'm innocent in all this. I couldn't care less about you and your wife. All I want is Luis and Edward back in my life. This isn't some joke. It's serious business. Where the heck is your wife, Sapphire? I need to talk to her. You can't protect that witch forever. Tell her to step up, find some guts and talk to me right now.
A few moments later.
Hey, it's Sapphire here. I hate to say it, but it seems like you haven't changed one bit. You haven't acknowledged your mistakes. And you didn't even bother to offer a single apology to me, my husband, or Luis. You're saying that you don't know what you did wrong? Well, guess what? You did everything wrong. You tried to pressure me into marrying Luis, and you even plotted to take my son away. I'm sorry, but starting now, you're on your own. My family and I can't tolerate having any ties with a sneaky person like you. You're not deserving of being my mother-in-law or a grandma to Edward.
Hold up. What's with that attitude? I'm your mother-in-law, for crying out loud. I can't believe I even let a disrespectful woman like you marry Dawson in the first place. Listen up. You better not think about taking Edward away from me. I'm serious. There's gonna be consequences if you dare to defy me.
Fallon refused to accept the fact that she couldn't have any contact with Luis anymore. She went to great lengths to gather information about his whereabouts. She caused trouble at his workplace, even resorting to threats to get his address. But all her efforts were in vain because Luis no longer worked there. In fact, her behavior got her reported to the police, and she had to pay a hefty fine. After realizing she couldn't reach Luis, Fallon shifted her attention to me and my family. She spent all her savings on hiring a lawyer and attempting to sue me for visitation rights with Edward. However, her legal pursuit didn't work out in her favor, and she ended up losing all her money for nothing. Meanwhile, Dawson and I are focused on building a solid foundation for our future. Every day, we strive to provide Edward with the best possible upbringing and ensure he has a bright future ahead of him.
Ugh, Sandra, you lazy bastard. Since the day you stepped into this house, everything has become worse than ever. Your presence is truly a curse for this family. You're just a useless person who knows nothing except eating and sleeping.
Why are you so harsh, Sharon? What the hell did I do wrong?
Your presence itself is already a mistake. Look at what you've done to us. You spend all day lingering around the house, eating and sleeping. How ridiculous is that? You're jobless, and yet you keep demanding my son to buy you all sorts of expensive things? Such a waste.
I quit my job and stayed at home just because you and your son wanted. And now you're blaming me as if I did it on purpose? What kind of logic is that? You say I need to stay home and learn how to take care of the household, remember?
My son insisted that you stay at home, so I followed his wishes. Do you think I favor you or something? You're the kind of woman who only knows how to leech off others. Ugh, just see how worthless you are drives me nuts. And don't try to act clever in front of me. It's disgusting.
Sharon. You're strange. It's you who accepted me to marry your son. Why do you just keep scolding and insulting me? Moreover, it's not that I'm lazy. I'm pregnant. So he wants me to stay at home to ensure my health and relaxation.
Stop talking that nonsense. Do you think you're the only one who can get pregnant? I've been pregnant just like you, yet I still had to work hard to serve the whole family. You're treated like a queen, but instead of working, you complain and whine to your mother-in-law? Furthermore, it's unbelievable that you got pregnant with my son's baby before entering my family. Well, just tell me the truth, is that really my son's child? Who knows if you schemed and deceived my son into making him take responsibility?
Sharon, I can't believe it. You're being so unreasonable. You can despise me, but how could you speak about your own grandchild like that? Do you think your son is that foolish to accept and raise another man's child?
Shut up. Who knows how many other men you've been with before you met my son? Did you see a wealthy family and deliberately seduce him to step into this trap? Who knows if my blinded son accepted his fate because of his love for you or not? Did you try to seduce him and make him marry you against my objections? Oh, my poor son. What has he done to deserve this? Oh my goodness.
Sharon, stop it. He chose me because he truly loved me and he wanted me to live with him under his roof. Moreover, besides you, no one in this family dislikes me that much. Why on earth do you always find ways to insult and torment me?
Oh, poor me. Are you saying I'm a wicked old woman? You're such a cunning rat. Are you pretending to be pitiful to gain the sympathy of my family? Deep down, you're plotting to seize the wealth of this house, is it right? I know you too well.
Sharon, stop making those baseless assumptions. I don't want to hear any accusations from you.
You despicable creature. How dare you defy me like this? You should know who is the true owner of this house. If it weren't for my son, I would have kicked you out a long time ago. Don't you think I'll let you off the hook just because you're pregnant? I'll tell my son that you're bullying this poor old woman. And then, let's see what my son will do to you.
Mother, please stop. Can't you see that it's you who makes this family in chaos? Everything was just peaceful until you stirred up trouble with your own hands. It's because of you that our entire family is in such a tense atmosphere. So instead of blaming everything on me, you'd better reflect on yourself.
You wretched stupid rat. Didn't your parents teach you manners? You're just a poor and ignorant person who can't stop daydreaming of climbing higher. It's your disgusting family that makes me despise you. You're not only despicable, but also greedy and manipulative. This family is miserable to have a daughter-in-law like you.
Please don't insult my family anymore. You have no right to speak such derogatory words. I haven't taken a single penny from this family, so don't unjustly label me as greedy. What would your son think if you treat your daughter-in-law this way? You won't want him to be upset, will you? You're about to become a grandmother. So please be careful with your behavior.
You're not allowed to criticize me, you cunning troublemaker. Don't involve my son to shield your wickedness. Well, is that your plan? Anyway, I'll have to wait until the child is born to conduct a blood test and find out if it's really my grandchild or not.
Sharon, stop it right now. I will tell my husband about this, just wait and see his reactions. You've gone too far.
What? Are you threatening me? Do you think I'm afraid of my own son? I'm the one who gave birth to him. Don't think you can steal him away from me and fill him with your malicious schemes.
Sharon, you've lost your mind. I'm tired now, I don't want to say anything to you anymore.
3 hours later.
Hey sis, I'm really sorry about what happened with mom and sister this morning. I know everything already. It's so difficult for you. But I still can't help you at all.
I know, Patricia. I'm used to mom scolding and insulting me like that. It's just that I'm sad when thinking that it's hard to live together harmoniously. Mom always hates me like that.
Oh no. Don't think that way, sis. Mom is always a kind-hearted and loving woman to our family. Without her, our family wouldn't be happy and joyful like it is now. Dad is always away on business trips and Mom has taken care of you and our brother all by herself. Such a nice and heartwarming woman like Mom could never despise anyone. Maybe it's because you did something to upset her.
No, it's not true, I swear. Your mom belittles me and doubts that the baby in my womb is a member of this family. Much worse than that, She even uses offensive and demeaning words which makes me feel humiliated. It's just unacceptable.
Maybe mom is just not calm and distressed, sis. I've noticed that her mood hasn't been good lately, which is probably why she gets angry at you. Sis, forgive her. How can we resent such trifles among family members? We need to be more generous to understand her because she'd sacrifice so much for this family. Now it's time for us to take care of and love mom again, don't you think?
I know that, but she really despises me. Whenever she sees me, she immediately becomes hostile and unpleasant. She'll never accept me.
You should try to be more tactful to gain a recognition, sis. Then, mom will stop picking on you because she's very tolerant.
But how can I do that?
Just try making some delicious dishes for mom's upcoming birthday dinner. She loves grilled ribs the most. I'm sure you can win mom over with the dishes you prepare with your own hands.
Is it really like that? I don't think mom will change her perception of me just after one dish. Besides, I've never even tried cooking the grilled ribs before.
Oh no! Don't worry. Mom only appears to be so demanding. But she is actually an avid food lover. You just need to prepare delicious food. Then mom will feel so touched by your sincerity. I've already prepared the ingredients and cooking recipes for you, sis.
Well, I still feel a bit uneasy. What if mom thinks I'm trying to please her and plotting something? Mom has a lot of resentment and won't stop scrutinizing every action of mine.
Don't overthink it, sis. Just put your heart into cooking. Besides, you have me and everyone's support, right? I'll take the opportunity to speak well of you, and finally make mom reconsider everything about you. She always loves and listens to me. I'll convince her. It'll be just fine.
You're really kind, Patricia. Thank you. I'm so lucky to have such a kind and enthusiastic sister-in-law like you.
You're welcome to it, sis. I always considered you as my own family, so of course I'll help you out.
Yeah, I hope everything goes smoothly.
Everything's gonna be okay, sis. I believe it.
2 days later.
You wretched creature. I never thought there would come a day when you dared to harm me so openly. Do you really want this old woman to die early so that you can comfortably take over this house? You are truly malicious.
What's going on, Mom? I don't understand what you're saying at all. Harm you what?
Are you still pretending? Don't you think that with your innocent face you can deceive me? You're wrong. You despicable rat.
Mom, calm down. Let's talk about it slowly. Don't just open your mouth and scold me. It's no use.
Are you implying that I'm making things up, huh? It was you who made me go to the hospital because of the allergy to the seasoning in your precious grilled ribs. How can you be so heartless to poison an old and weak person like me? You are truly cruel. Inhumane scum.
Sharon, you're acting strange. I didn't do that terrible thing. Why would I have to harm my mother-in-law? It's absurd.
Still pretending to be innocent? Once I'm gone, you will take over this house. Then you will bring all the money from my house to your poor and miserable family in the countryside. Is that right? It's so easy to guess your schemes. Now your despicable face is finally revealed.
Sharon, you're accusing me for something I didn't do. You have no evidence to blame me. I made the grilled ribs using Patricia's recipe just to celebrate your birthday. She said doing so would soften your heart and make you accept me. I can't believe that Patricia could treat me like that.
How dare you blame Patricia? Are you trying to deflect the blame for your own actions? Sandra, you're truly despicable and lowly. Why are you dragging my innocent daughter into this? What has she done to displease you?
I'm not blaming anyone. Patricia prepared the ingredients and cooking recipe for me. She even said that you would love this dish and accept me. She's the one with malicious intentions towards you.
Impossible. You're just trying to separate me and my child, aren't you? Perhaps because you see little Patricia as an obstacle to your plan of seizing our wealth. So you want her to be thrown out so you can have it all, right? You truly are a venomous snake. I knew it right from the beginning.
Mom, stop speculating about everything. Instead of falsely accusing me, maybe you should ask your beloved daughter what she's up to. You don't know that behind her innocent and kind appearance, she's manipulating us.
You've gone mad, Sandra. Patricia is my own flesh and blood. I gave birth to her and raised her until now. I understand her more than anyone. Don't you dare carry fire in one hand and water in the other. Everything is clear now. I no longer have any doubts about your deceitful nature. This whole family will see your true face, you crooked brat.
I'm not afraid. In this matter, I'm not at fault. I fell into Patricia's trap. It's just that you've always hated me, so in your eyes, everything bad is my fault.
Don't make any more excuses. I will make my foolish son see how two-faced a person you are. How shocked will he be when he realizes that his wife intentionally harmed his own mother? I will kick you out of this house and marry him a gentle, kind daughter-in-law who is deserving of my family. Such an inferior and impoverished people like you is not worth keeping in this house.
Fine. You can blindly believe Patricia's words, but the rest of the family won't. Don't make it a stupid excuse and humiliate me.
You're so clever. Don't be so proud of yourself. When you step out of this house, don't expect me to give you a single dime. Prepare yourself to return to your family's miserable little house. Such a scumbag.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
1 day later.
I can't believe you can be so mean like this, Patricia. How could you heartlessly harm our blooded mother who loved you so much?
What are you talking about? I don't understand anything.
Stop pretending, you don't have to. Everything is crystal clear. You deliberately did this to harm me, didn't you? I really don't understand what I did wrong to you.
Say it clearly. Why did you suddenly accuse me of harming Mom and call me evil? You're so two-faced. Just recently, you were grateful and thanked me for helping you.
Stop playing your games now. It was you who made Mom go to the hospital because of those grilled ribs. You intentionally gave me those ingredients and recipes to make me the scapegoat for you. I was so foolish to believe in our sisterly bond and fell into your trap.
Stop talking that nonsense. I already helped you and now you're blaming me? What if you're the one who poisoned those ribs? You have no right to question me when everything was done by you.
You're truly wicked, Patricia. What do you gain by harming her? Or are you trying to drive me out of here? You are the most malicious person. I was completely fooled by your fake kind facade.
Just stop, sis. You don't have the right to interrogate me. I don't have the time to scheme and harm you. Stop deluding yourself about your position in this house. By the way, I have something to ask you too.
Are you trying to trap me again? This time, I won't fall for your tricks anymore. You deceitful person.
Stay calm, dear sister-in-law. I have something important to ask you. Where did you hide that gold necklace that Mom bought for me? While I still have mercy, you better tell me where you hid it.
Are you crazy? How would I know where your belongings are? I haven't even seen what that necklace of yours looks like. And I know you're intentionally trying to frame and harm me.
Come on now. Let's be honest with each other. What did you do with my necklace? What did you take it for? Did you sell it to send money to your poor family in the countryside?
Stop speaking nonsense. And don't drag my family into your absurd fabrications. Even if my family's poor, we're not the kind of people who steal and falsely accuse others like you wretch.
Enough with the acting, Sandra. Everyone in this house knows about your family's inferior background. Do you think I sold it and harmed you? Why would I do that? I don't want to divide this family's love and bond. Tell me honestly, maybe I can save you this time.
Stop talking rubbish. I didn't steal anything, so I have nothing to say to you. I'll let my husband know what kind of ill-mannered sister he has. Let's see what he'll think of you.
Keep playing your little games, Sandra. Let's see who my brother believes. You should know that Mom will testify for me.
You're being too much, Patricia. Soon, the truth will come to light. Don't think you can hide forever under your mom's cover.
Why are you being so talkative, huh? Soon enough, you'll have to leave this place. You schemed to harm Mom and caused her to go to the hospital, and now you're stealing my belongings. You even deceived my brother. You're a cunning and scheming woman.
What are you talking about? Deceive him? What did I lie to him about?
Don't act like you're surprised to hide the truth. The baby in your room's not my brother's. I know all about your relationship with your ex-boyfriend. He's been in contact with you recently, asking about the pregnancy, right? I personally witnessed you meeting him in a small cafe by the river. You deliberately chose a secluded place to avoid being caught by us, didn't you? You're so heartless to deceive my entire family. Oh, my poor brother.
What are you talking about? Did you intentionally spy on me? You set all of this up to frame me, didn't you? You're truly wicked, Patricia. After all, what do you want from me and this family?
I want you and your stupid child to be kicked out of this place. Your presence always annoys and irritates me. So before I expose the truth about your true nature, you better leave. I've been generous enough to give you an opportunity.
Do you think I'll believe anything you say after the trap you set for me? If I leave now, it's as if I'm accepting all the heinous crimes you've pinned on me.
Well, just wait and see. I'll happily send you back to your miserable slum.
1 week later.
Sharon, you are so disgusting. I knew you hated me, but I didn't expect you to be so cruel and deceitful.
You crooked creature, how dare you disrespect me like that? Just recently, you were longing to win my favor, and now you turn against me so quickly? I know you cunning old fox, there's no way you'll ever be kind-hearted.
Whoa, you curse me with your mouth, but your heart is no better. You truly are a wicked and deceitful person. I felt so foolish for trying to win your affection all this time.
Now you're revealing your true nature, aren't you? You inferior, uncivilized creature. You don't have any right to argue with me. You're just a stupid moron coming from a lowly place like a rat hole. I haven't even accounted for your stealing and betraying my son yet.
Are you about to frame me? Wow, you and Patricia make a perfect mother-daughter pair.
This old woman doesn't have time to frame you, you sneaky little thing. You're truly despicable for making my son bear another man's trouble on his back. And now you shamelessly meet that man right after entering this house to become his wife? You've made my whole family tolerate the offspring of your deceit. You crooked dog. You and that man planned together so that the child in your womb would inherit this family as well, didn't you? How could you be such a greedy and unscrupulous woman?
Oh, my kind-hearted mother-in-law. You're letting your imagination run wild. Could it be that you've watched too many movies and exaggerated the situation? It's truly delusional.
I will let both my husband and my son know everything, and we'll see if you have any excuses left. You've harmed me to the point of hospitalization. Stole my daughter's stuff. And now you've deceived my whole family about the pregnancy. That's more than enough reason for me to kick you out. I won't let you rest even a single minute. I'll make your whole family feel ashamed and disgraced because of your unethical actions. Prepare to beg for my forgiveness.
Are you really sure I'm the one who should be begging? Don't celebrate too soon, Sharon. I'm holding a shocking secret about you in my hands. Don't think you're the one who's winning. Your blade will turn around and stab you.
A secret? How could a leech like you possibly have any secrets about me? Do you think that becoming a daughter-in-law in this house, you'll become a real queen? You're just playing a joke, you cunning creature.
You're right, a parasite like me doesn't have the courage to become a queen. But I've discovered something interesting about your daughter. I've always wondered why Patricia doesn't resemble her father or my husband at all. Now I understand.
Why are you dragging my daughter into this? What are you implying?
Relax, everything will become clear soon. You're making a fuss without even knowing anything yet. You make me so scared.
Speak up. What kind of deceitful trick are you planning against my family now? I won't leave this out.
All right, I won't make you become more anxious. I've discovered the truth about Patricia's parentage, dear mother-in-law. She's not actually my father-in-law's biological daughter. You had an affair while he was away on a business trip, didn't you? Well, I have to say that you're good at keeping secrets, Sharon.
You treacherous woman. How dare you tarnish my reputation? Who gave you the right to make wild assumptions about me and Patricia? Do you have any conscience left? Do you want to destroy my family even further?
Oh no, I wouldn't dare. I'm just a poor and inferior person. But you should have known that one day, all your wicked deeds would be exposed. It's truly pitiful for the men in this house who've been toyed with by you like pawns.
Oh, come on. What do you have to prove that? Stop making those baseless accusations.
Of course, I have evidence, Sharon. Do you think I'm so foolish that I would expose you without any proof? You underestimate me too much.
Are you trying to shake me up? I'll tell you what, don't think you can get away with the guilt you've brought into this family.
All right, all right. I was planning to play around a bit more, but you're getting too worked up. I accidentally overheard your conversation with your ex-lover when the whole family was away. That day, I scheduled to have a prenatal checkup and meet a friend afterwards, but I changed my mind and came back home. And then I overheard everything about Patricia. Since then, I've quietly observed your actions and secretly placed a recording device in your purse while you were out meeting that man. You had an affair with him while my father-in-law was on a long business trip. And then Patricia was born. Not only do you not regret it, but you also planned with him to claim half of my father-in-law's assets and run away together. You're truly greedy and wicked.
How could you possibly have that? No way. You couldn't. Are you just trying to threaten me or something? You're making it all up.
I still have the recorded conversation between the two of you. I've carefully saved multiple copies of it. I will let everyone know about this.
No, Sandra. I beg you. Please spare me. This is the secret I want to take to the grave. Please don't expose it. I'm sorry. The false accusations of you harming me was actually my fault. Please forgive me. If anyone finds out, I will lose everything. Please spare your husband as well, it will shock him. And don't let Patricia know about all of this, it will devastate her. I'm begging you.
Stop it, Sharon. I don't see any remorse here. You're just trying to find a way to escape your guilt. You care about my husband, but you look down on his baby? And how about the justice towards my father-in-law? How about that?
Please, Sandra. I won't make things difficult for you anymore. I will peacefully be a proper mother-in-law. I will take care of you and our grandchild with kindness. Please forgive me this time, please.
It's too late, Sharon. Prepare yourself to beg for forgiveness from your family. Now it's your daughter's turn.
No, please, Sandra. This truth will destroy her.
2 days later.
It's time to confess, Patricia. How long do you think you can hide in the darkness of your sins?
What do you want, Sandra? You've stolen from me and betrayed my brother, and yet you have the audacity to talk about confessing?
Oh, my dear naive sister-in-law. I know you've already tried to pin the blame on me, you cunning little thing. You should beg for my forgiveness.
Beg for forgiveness? You make me nauseous. You're the one with the guilt, and yet you have the audacity to turn it around on me? My mother will know about your threats soon enough. I'll tell her to kick you out and bring shame upon you.
Your mother is probably begging this family for forgiveness now. Don't think she holds any power in this house anymore. She's committed a heinous crime.
You're not allowed to defame my mother. Otherwise, I'll let my father and brother know about all the despicable things you've done to our family.
You're a father, huh? All this time you've been living in the house of a stranger. It's pitiful that you don't even know your true identity.
What are you plotting, huh? What do you mean my father is a stranger?
Oh, poor Patricia. Your mother's been hiding the fact that you're not your father's child. I feel sorry for you because you soon won't have this wealthy status anymore.
You're talking nonsense. If I'm not my father's child, whose child am I then? Are you purposely trying to divide our family? Maybe you're jealous of my privileged status.
Of course, I have the evidence, little Patricia. I even have the recording of your biological mother and father. I secretly placed a hidden microphone in her bag the day she arranged to meet him. They're planning to take half of this family's wealth and take you away from here. I also found out that he's just a poor man. And he's your mother's ex-lover from years ago.
It can't be true. You're trying to divide me and my mother, aren't you? I can't be the daughter of a poor man. It's absurd. Are you seeking revenge against me?
If you don't believe me, ask your mother. If you think I'm playing tricks, go get a paternity test done. Then you'll have all the answers.
I don't believe it. It's all just deceit. You're putting on a play to make me suffer like you. You despicable woman.
I haven't even brought up the false accusation that you made against me for stealing. I observed and discovered that you gave it to your boyfriend to sell for your own pleasure. You're so wicked that you even spent a large sum of money to hire my ex-boyfriend to threaten and disrupt my life. Both you and your mother are wicked witches. But I guess now you must be very disappointed in your biological father, huh?
No, please tell me it's just a lie, right? My mother would never deceive my father. She just had a momentary confusion.
Accept the truth, Patricia. You're soon not going to be a wealthy girl anymore. Beg me and my husband for forgiveness for the harm you've caused us.
You wretched creature, you're a liar. I don't believe it, and I'll never accept this deceit. You're fabricating everything. Curse you.
It's up to you, Patricia. I hope you reunite with your biological father soon. After everything was exposed, my mother-in-law lowered her head and confessed to all the sins she'd committed, leaving my father-in-law and husband shocked. Unable to bear the betrayal, my father-in-law decided to divorce her. My husband was angry with his mother for deceiving the family, so he temporarily refused to see her. As for Patricia, she was in a state of panic and emotional collapse after the shock, so she left home. Before leaving, she also left a letter apologizing to me for the terrible thing she had done. Not long after, I gave birth to a healthy baby and my husband and I joyfully watched our child grow up. My father-in-law, after healing from the emotional wounds, remarried a woman of his age to accompany him. From then, our family began a new chapter of happiness and fulfillment together.